been 1 hour. Now it's time to roll the dough. I hope y'all enjoyed that little montage. I really wanted to bring out my inner, what's that? That tasty producer that's like great? Alvin something? Alvin? So what you want to do is simply put a little bit more salt. I'm pretty sure they said half a teaspoon, but eyeball it. And then half a cup of flour. I personally like to pull the dough from the sides and then pull in, push down, pull in, push down kind of vibe. Before we get into the chit chat, I usually like to roll this out in threes just because my working surface is pretty small, but if you have a big counter, then just do it all at once, honestly. Or half, whatever works with you. I also like to use these oval tins, but I also use a bigger tray. I just use what I have. You don't have to have an exact 13 by 14 centimeter inch. It doesn't matter. Just use what you have as long as everything fits nicely. I would say major tip, don't cram as many in one dish. If you can, just spread it out. In the square one that I used to fit 16 and now I only put 12 in. It just gives the cinnamon rolls a lot more room to grow and just to be and to breathe. Who doesn't like a little bit of room? So how have y'all been? I hope y'all have been doing well. I'm so sorry for this angle, for the lighting. It is a gloomy day. I'm using the ceiling light. It ain't cute, but what can you do? I want to chat about my Sunday video. I love that video and it really was just a great week in my life, and I thought it was a really important week in my life. Essentially, I just attacked everything that has intimidated me within the past few months, because a lot has intimidated me within the past few months, and it felt great to attack everything. But in that video, I feel like I wanted it to just be more like straight to the point, like what were the things that intimidated me and how I faced them, and little tips and here and there, and just like my week. Where in this video, in this chit chat, I kind of just want to elaborate on how like every stage felt, because I definitely didn't talk about my feelings too much in that video, I guess. Like a little bit, but just not to the extent that I wanted to. I just didn't want the video to be too long, that's all. I'll start with the biggest rodeo, driving and passing my road test. So that day, the day of my test, I was definitely feeling a little bit anxious, but I knew that that feeling was just me overthinking and just feeling like overthinking. I know it was just me overthinking. Sorry, this is just, the middle was just way too thin, so I just got a little piece and put it in there. So like for example, on this end, it gets a little wavy. I just like to go where I could keep majority of it, just chop a little bit off, and then put this back in the bowl. Same here, it gets a little wide. I just like chopping it off, just to get like a nice straight edge. It really does help, honestly. Doing my road test really just proved to me that like I can calm myself down, because I really had to. Even though I know how to drive, I know what I'm doing, I know how to do this. I've done this for so many days. This is nothing different. I'm just getting watched during this little rodeo, but it's literally the exact same thing. Like, I will be okay. It was just really quite something, and I still haven't cried about it yet, which I am like a crier, and I do get emotional with a lot of things in my life, but for some odd reason, I still haven't cried about this thing. Very odd to me. Now I'm just getting butter, and you're gonna just put butter on top. I love butter. Butter is honestly great. 2021 really just grew my love and appreciation for butter, because prior to this year, I literally didn't care for butter at all. So now I like to do cinnamon. Oh no, first, this is not in the recipe, but I love adding pumpkin pie spice. Just a thin layer, not the same amount as the cinnamon. Then you're gonna put just a mound of brown sugar. Eyeball all this. I bet there are measurements on the regular video, but I just like to eyeball it. It's sugar, cinnamon, and bread. If you like those three things, you can't really mess this up. A dream that you have for basically 2 decades and yeah, sure, you worked for it, but to me at least, it does feel like all of a sudden, like, my dreams have come true. Like, yes, 2 years ago, like, I could drive, and like, I was able to drive, like, alone, and I was legally allowed to drive, like, I had my license. But now that it's like set in stone, like, I don't have to do another driving test basically ever again. I'm a driver, I'm a certified driver, like, that is a thing now. I can drive and I'm a driver. It's just, I think I'm so in awe. I'm just in awe. I don't even necessarily feel like proud or anything like that. I just am in awe. I think also it makes me feel in awe because it's the fact that I'm also getting older. I'm growing up in a way because, like, you know, getting your license is something, and now that, like, I don't ever have to really think about that aspect of my life ever again, it's like, oh, like, frick, like, I literally am growing up. I can't believe that, like, that part of my life is basically over, like, learning how to drive, having driving feel so foreign. It's now just like it's just driving all of a sudden, and that's bittersweet because I'm so thankful for it. My younger self is like screaming. My younger self is screaming right now because of how, let's calm it down, Kristine, because of how just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I'm literally now a driver. But my older self is like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted now. I am so freaking happy that I can drive and that part of my life is over now. But man, it's bittersweet because it's just showing the amount of time that has passed. That's that. So touching on school, if it wasn't clear in the video, I was enrolled in online school for my English class in September, but my progress wasn't spectacular. It was honestly quite atrocious. I just wasn't doing school, to be quite honest with you. What's the reason why? I don't have a reason why. I just feel so, I felt so stuck when it came to school, not in the fact that I couldn't do it. That's the thing. I felt capable of doing it, but I was just like, like, it's fine, like, whatever. Like, I didn't really take it seriously anymore. I didn't feel that fire anymore, I guess. And so I just stopped, essentially. And so, ooh, pretty. And it just kind of, day after day after day, I would just not do school. And then the next day, I would not do school. I would the next day not do school. And then my counselor emailed me about it. And she was like, okay, let's get you enrolled in in-person school. And I was like, you know what, I agree. I haven't been progressing when it comes to doing it online, so I should probably get my ass in the building. And I guess before that would have really, like, got me down, but this time around it just motivated me to just be like, you know what, you needed a little slap in the face and just get moving again. So I did that. If you watch the video, you know what happened after that. But just school in general, update. I have been doing school. This time around, school has really shown me the power of your small victories and the power in just getting started, the power in asking for help, the power in accountability, and just, oh my goodness, so many things. If you feel stuck in something that you know you want to do and you know that you have to do, seek help. Seek accountability. If it's something like with school, maybe meet up with a friend once a week, or like myself, I'm gonna be emailing my counselor about my progress in my class and just getting started. Like yesterday I was like, Kristine, just get freaking reading. Like, you've been in this class for 2 months and you have very minimal progress in it. Just get your ass to read. Like, this should not be that deep. This should not be this monumental. Just read. And getting over myself and getting over this idea that, like, oh, everything has to be like a certain way and everything has to, I don't know, just getting over myself and just being able to say, hey, you know what, just freaking start already. Celebrate your small victories, find people to keep you accountable, and you are so capable. So yes, the lighting in here is absolutely ridiculous. What if will this do? Okay, there we go. I am looking back at what I said, and to be honest with you, I couldn't even recall what I said. I feel like I know that I'm not the best multitasker, and I feel like I was just shooting at y'all gibberish, just like absolute just gibberish. Hopefully something made sense, but I covered these cinnamon rolls and they're going to rest for another 30 minutes, and then you can put them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes until they are cooked. Do not overcook them. When these are dry, they ain't good. They are stale when they're like very rock solid if you overcook them. So don't overcook them. If you feel like they're like, oh, this is a little too doughy, just take it out. It'll be fine, okay? Oh my goodness, what even is this video? It started out so peaceful and now I feel like chaos. I will keep this train moving. I'm so done with saying, I hope I do this, I hope I do. No. I will keep this train moving. It will keep chugging along, and I will graduate high school. You've got whatever you have to do. Comment down below what you like about yourself, something that you really want to get done, and if you're gonna try these cinnamon rolls. They're literally vegan. They're so good. They're gonna come out of the oven and you're gonna be like, these don't look that spectacular. I don't have any vegan cream cheese, so I can't make the frosting with y'all, which sucks. But I'm telling you, they taste so good. They're so moist. Oh my goodness, they're so great. But yeah, they're gonna sit, I'm gonna throw them in the oven, and here's the final product.